Pull away, red one, pull away. Dominic, you're now under the starter's orders. Green light, green light. You have race, go. And they're off, ladies and gentlemen. It seems as though it's a clean start so far, but I might be talking too soon. Dominic Charles is being very much attacked here into turn 1 now from Kurt Moss. As they go on the break and into turn 1, Dominic does lead, ladies and gentlemen. Do they get through easily here? Look at them coming up. Sean Lee on the inside there. He's going to be now back on the left side. Oh, it's a look at it. Some guys here, it's a traffic jam. Oh my. Yellow flag, yellow flag, yellow flag. All course yellow, all course yellow. Bring that down to 50 kilometers per hour. Dominic Charles, 50 kilometers per hour. Single file, single file. No overtaking, no overtaking. Green light, green light, green light. And they're back racing here again. You can see Mikhail Charles pulling out there, and he's now on the inside of Michael Paisley. He's got Kurt Moss there. He's got a slow start too. And behind him is Donmar Scott, already pulling away here from the second in the field. Into turn 1 they go. No more restarts this time around, so they're going to have to suffice here. Christian Rajnath being relegated back to second position. Matthew Titus and Michelle Wallace, before they even enter turn 1, they have an issue there. But Dominic Charles now, Kurt Moss finally getting back his foot under him. He's been able to pull away now from 3rd and 4th position. And Mikhail Charles has been able to get up into that 3rd position. Michael Paisley all the way back into 5th now. Oh, Donmar Scott there in a late braking maneuver against Mikhail Charles. Mikhail touches the wall and Donmar does get by. Michael Paisley as well. And Kel now is going to have a sniff at that 5th position here against Mikhail Charles. Martin Webster coming together with Javon Eady. And while Javon is still in the wall, Martin's got to be careful he doesn't get in contact with the rest of the guys around the track here. Looking back ahead though, Dominic Charles has been able to open up that gap against Kurt Moss. It's now sitting at 1 second around there. Then we got, oh, Donmar just overshoots his braking point there now. And he's, look at him dropping down the order. Michael Paisley gets back up into 3rd now. We're going to have to watch Donmar. He does get back going, but now he's all the way back into 13th position. Seems as though he has that threat. Someone touches the wall. I think it's Christian Rajnath back there. And he does have Javon Parry now having a look on the inside. Javon, very, very racy here. But look at Sean Lee on the inside. He's mounting that attack. Sean Lee, can he get it done here? Looking at Javon Parry. And then looking back now at Sean Lee. As Kurt Moss, ladies and gentlemen, is well under that 1 second. Look at Sean Lee. He's almost nipping at the tail here. Almost comes in. He does come in contact and pushes. Kurt Moss with the fastest lap of the race. 121.1 there. Being set by the Jamaican. As I was speaking though, Kurt Moss has been able to close this gap even more, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Webster teleports back into pit lane. We ride now with the Jamaican. Oh, you can see that turn there just spitting you out. Parry has been passed by Sean Lee. So Sean finally getting the job done, and now Sean will look ahead at Christian Rajnat for that 6th position. We expected this one to be very tight, and very tight it is. As Sean Lee putting on the pressure now against his countryman. We've got another change of position. It's Zafiro versus John Green versus Zafiro. On the inside is John Green, and on this side of Tavares Clark as well. We've got a double pass here for John Green. No, it is not actually. John has still got that work to do against Tavares Clark, and now Zafiro's got a good run now. Dunmar trying to get back up into those positions that he's lost. On the inside into break-in zone is Zafiro Ramirez. Can he get it stopped? He locks it, and he goes into the wall almost, but he has Tavares there to cover him off. John Green pushes the elbow out and gets Dunmar out of that way. He's now fighting back against Zafiro for that very last points position here, but he's got something else to worry about in Dunmar. Scott behind him. But look at Jaden Harrison, has got a front row seat to this fight, and he wants in. Change of position here against Kelvin Roper and Mikhail Charles. You cannot stop looking at every fight here. Crazy stuff here from Mikhail. Has been relegated now to 5th position. Up on the inside is Mikhail. Does he get a run? No, he cannot. And John Green coming together. And Zafiro trying to correct himself. He just does in front of Michelle Wallace. John and Zafiro get going again. Meanwhile, Kelvin Roper has put in a fastest lap for him in this race now. Sean Lee does get by Christian Rajnat here. Oh, Christian goes back on the power way too soon. He's going to lose 2 more positions. No, 3, 4 positions almost. 3 positions gone there for Christian Rajnat. He now sees 10th position. Tafar runs it wide. Dunmar, Scott, and now Christian does get back in. Tafar been tagged, and now he sees the wall and 11th position. Christian gets all the shape with that one as well. And now Michelle Wallace into the wall here. This tight track proving very difficult for these guys. John Green and Zafiro at it again. Zafiro gets by now, goes back into 13th position. Meanwhile, Kelvin Roper sets another fast lap for himself. 122.5. John Green gets into the rear end there of Zafiro, and Zafiro is trying very hard to keep. Tavares Clark goes into pit lane to keep John Green behind him. I wonder if now Tafar has damage to his car. And the name of the team there for John Green is Slow Motion Ninjas. Oh, John Green's going to have to be careful of where he puts that front right tire. And Zafiro covers off his inside line. John Green trying very desperately to run a faster line here against the Cuban. We ride now with John. Oh, Zafiro goes into the wall. And now he's been losing some time here. On the inside is John Green up into the 3rd position. I think he did touch the wall there, as did Zafiro. But now Zafiro has been back now into 13th position. What a run there by them though. In this fight, it's crazy out here. Sean Lee, though, closing that gap there to Mikel Charles. Sean Lee, the Guyanese here versus the Trinidadian, has got 8-10 separating him. And right now with Charles, you can see Sean Lee here. Is losing pace a bit to the Guyanese. And Matthew Titus gets by Zafiro Ramirez as he is now in the pit lane. Out of this one is Martin Webster so far. Oh, you can see where Sean Leaney just comes into the rear there, makes contact with Mikel Charles. I think Sean is also out. He does get going again. He's actually waiting on Mikel, so that's good sportsmanship there. Mikel does get going again after being tagged there by Sean Lee. Oh, Jaden Harrison! I think he had to avoid Javon Parry there. Look at, oh my lord. He does get by Christian Rajnath, John Green, and now he's looking at Jaden Harrison for that 8th position. But look, Christian Rajnath is now on the inside. John Green seemingly pushing these guys on. It's a big traffic jam here now going down the back straightaway. He's having a look on the inside now, John Green. Trying to get a good exit here. Jaden Harrison, though, runs it really, really deep. But he's going into pit lane, that's why. So we look back now. John Green goes up into 8th position. Christian Rajnath in at 9th. Mikel Charles with an issue. Runs it down front straightaway into turn 1. And he's going to lose some more positions here. He's now lost 2. Sorry, 1 actually. Cale Vaden Roper gets by and gets back in. Oh, look at Kurt Moss makes him his Dominic Charles in the wall. Kurt Moss gets by and now he's in 1st position. And wow, just when we thought he said that he was going to keep it safe, he doesn't. Now he's got to take it into the pit lane here, Dominic Charles. And Michael Paisley comes around the lap. He's going to pit as well. Cale Vaden Roper does not pit though, and he's going to head up into 2nd position now with these rounds of pit stops ahead of him. We'll come across Michael Paisley and Dominic Charles. Dominic does get going again. Look at the top of your screen. You will see how long this pit stop is for Dominic Charles. That is definitely in seconds. If you were guessing, you have guessed correctly. So it's about 56.5 seconds here, a pit stop. Michael Paisley gets out here at just over 56 with 57.2 seconds. Kurt running the flags here of Massive Motorsports. That's his brand. The pit window is open and is going to be contemplating taking that car into pit lane. Looking back, Cale Vaden Roper, Dominic Charles gets ahead of his countryman Mikel Charles here now. Mikel still is to pit, by the way. John Green with a fast one there, 121.896 right now. But the fastest lap is 127.26 by Dominic Charles. And he's got Christian Rajnath now ahead of him. It's 8 seconds that separates him actually. And you can see now Dominic Charles is putting that car on the inside of Christian Rajnath. Christian going as far out there to the wall. Though they're racing, he's trying to give him that competition room that is needed. But he's back now on the inside. Christian Rajnot, he's not letting this position go too easily. But he has been relegated now to that 6th position as the fast Dominic Charles gets by. Looking back, Mikkel is going to want to do the same here to Christian Rajnot as Matthew Titus pits. Christian now dives into pit lane. Oh, we've got some issues here. Dominic Charles, I think he just ran into the back of a back marker. In Javon Edier. Javon might have had an issue there. And now Mikkel goes into pit lane. But Dominic Charles, he wants to get by here. He wants to get back up ahead of these back markers because he doesn't want Kurt Moss to get a free pit stop. Michael Paisley gets up into 6th position now as Mikkel Charles pits. Massive motorsport there. The fastest lap coming in from Kurt Moss. It's a 1:26.45, ladies and gentlemen. Kurt definitely maybe putting on a fast one here as Cale Vader-Roper now sees the wall here. Javon Perry. And Sean Lee Cale cannot get it straight. Sean Lee goes up into 2nd position. Sean Green is going to get up into that 3rd. And now Cale can get it going as the sun is setting here at Long Beach Street Circuit here in California. Cale finally takes that car into pit lane. Where's Kurt Moss? We see him putting in the fastest time. Is that any indication of him wanting to pit here? Can that be his in-lap? Cale Vader-Roper, as we said, is in pit lane. Dominic Charles gets by up into 5th now. Kurt Moss does take that car into pit lane, and we're going to stick with Kurt now. Where is he? He's now on the back straightaway, ladies and gentlemen. So Kurt Moss does get going again. So it's unfortunate Dominic is losing this race here now. Here are your 2nd and 3rd place here. That goes ahead of, he can get by there, Kurt Moss, and he does retain the top 2nd podium spot here, actually. And now John Green is all over the back of his car. John is still to pit, though. And Dominic here now comes down the front straightaway. He's not in a good position here, Dominic Charles. Maybe to get back 3rd position, but that's it. Sean Lee still needs to pit, however, so it might be 2nd, for Dominic Charles. Sean holding on to 1st position now. As well as Christian Rajnot. Kurt Moss on the inside. Christian does let him by. John Green is going to want to have the same courtesy handed out to him, but he's not that close to Christian Rajnot. Christian actually will let him by before the turn, as Christian still is in a fight here against Michelle Wallace and now Mikkel Charles. So he should be pitting at the end of this lap. He's got 50 seconds to do so. One would hope that he makes it into pit lane by then. Christian Rajnot goes into the pit again. Maybe he has damage or he's running a different 30 seconds now on the clock. John Green does go into pit lane here. Zafiro with an issue teleports into the pit lane. Where is Dominic Charles? He's making his way around the penultimate turn now.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm out.
And there you have it. Zafiro not able to finish off here. Dominic Charles comes across the line, and now he's ahead of John Green. Michael Paisley is gonna want to get by John Green here, who is not moving just yet. Michael Paisley, ladies and gentlemen, making his way down the front straightaway. Where is John Green? He now gets going. Michael Paisley, this is gonna be a tight one here. At the exit of pit lane, he's gonna get into third position. Back once again, Michael Paisley. John Green is now going to see fifth position as Sean Lee gets up into fourth. I was thinking that John might have been able to overshoot here, but it has not worked for him. Now we're back into the second stint of this race, well and under. John Green has got his work cut out for him if he wants to get out of this fifth spot. Meanwhile, Sean Lee is some 4.5 seconds away from Michael Paisley, and Michael some 22 or 23 seconds away from Dominic Charles. Dominic, on the other hand, has got about 18 seconds actually, to Kurt Moss. Moss is winning this race, ladies and gentlemen, with an outstanding drive, I might say. And he's closing that gap. He's now around 5/10, half a second here to Michelle Wallace. Is Michael Charles late on the brake there into Firestone turn. Sees him even closer now, Michael Charles. Keep an eye on John Green. He's got just about a second and 0.7 to Sean Lee as Dominic Charles registers a 120. Oh, it's Michelle Wallace who misses his breaking point this time around. And Michael Charles is allowed to go by. Into ninth he goes. See him where he's gaining. He's under a second now into the back straightaway here against Sean Lee is John Green. And you can see where Sean is losing that time. It's through the sections here where the line is very much different from John Green. Look at how close he is now against that guy. And as the conditions here get a bit darker, it's becoming a bit difficult here now for them to race. But the deficit has been closed. John Green sees Sean Lee now for that fourth position. Can Sean hold him off here at Long Beach? We ride with Sean Lee now. You can hear him going through the gears there, down into second, now into third. This car revving almost to 9,000 RPM. Sean's got it set up. Does he got enough here to pass him down Seaside Way? He's gonna have a look on the inside, John, is he? Yes, he is. But he backs off just into Firestone turn. They go. Sean Lee runs it wide. God gets up alongside him. He's now going to get it into the penultimate turn in the left. And now the Lacazame. No, Sean Lee runs it into the wall. Pressure. Bus pipe, like they say here in the Caribbean. And Sean Lee has definitely succumbed to the pressure there. Being set onto by John Green. John now up into fourth. Oh, look at Michael Paisley's been passed now. John Green up into third now. Michael, another one that might be struggling here in the dark. And now he's got Sean Lee behind him. Michael back up now with Michael Paisley. He's got Tavar Clark here. And Sean Lee having to avoid again Michael Paisley. Tavar pulls aside. Does let them go by here. But this is the scene from Sean Lee. Michael Paisley covering off that inside line. Sean Lee having to avoid coming in contact. They both run it late. And Sean Lee comes out with his shortest stick. And he's also touched there by Matthew Titus for good measure. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the race. Kurt Moss does cross the finish line here. Dominic Charles, oh man, what just happened? I just totally lost it. And then John Green, so far away, is finally gonna... Yeah, just park it at the end there, the front straightaway. John Green coming around the penultimate turn now, but we still got guys racing out here, especially Michelle Wallace. Nope. Sean Lee is still racing here, and he's just missed out there on that fourth spot there. As Michael Paisley now comes across the line. Followed by Sean Lee, of course. And then Donmar Scott, who's not that far behind. First and foremost, what an epic ending here to this race. We've seen guys with pace all around. And enormously, some even dropping off there at the end, but we'll start with John Green first and foremost. Not even been able to qualify here, but getting up into third position. Definitely a driver of the day award here. John, talk us through that one.
Oh wow, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Alright, yeah, sorry. Through the whole race my mic wasn't connected, so yeah, nothing was right. I was trying to log on, but had a mismatch. So my screen is like half the screen on my monitor. It was very difficult. I had a battle with Zafiro, so I didn't know anybody's name because the screen resolution was incorrect. So I had to adjust back everything. So it was difficult. It was difficult. I think I made contact with him because I was trying to fix something, and then I knocked him. I was like, oh shit! It's like I need to let this guy go. But yeah, fighting through this race was difficult. Serious damage all over the car. I think most people had damage, if you know, throughout this race, I guess. But it was a lot of fun racing from the back. Yeah, great fun.
Most definitely. We saw you carving a path there on your way up. And then, unfortunately, Dominic Charles, what happened to you? We actually weren't following. I think you did come in contact with the wall there, Dominic.
Yeah, going into the last sector, I lost it on the long right hand at the end of the straight. But it wasn't too bad. And then later on in the race, I had some run-ins with some back markers who were battling, and that's what killed me because I was slowly gaining the time on Crete. I would have caught up to him if it didn't happen again with them. But I mean, you can't win all of them, so I'll just do better for the next one.
Most definitely. And we're going to have to take a look at the points, and especially here, if there are any protests coming up here in this after the race here. But I think you're still good there to win the championship, though, with Kurt himself missing out on an event. All right, there. Thanks a lot there, Dominic Charles. As we move on to Kurt now. Kurt, man, you're an example of, it don't matter. Just stick with it, and it soon will come. And Kurt, you've done it here today at one of the most difficult tracks we could have possibly put in this championship. How do you feel about that?
Man, as the saying goes, you got to be in it to win it. Like going into the race, I know I'm always a little bit behind Dominic, so the only thing I could hope for is some kind of mistake from him. I had pretty much good pace. I had the fastest lap, I think, of the race too, so it's not like I was, really slow. But Dominic is way more consistent than I am. So I'm just happy for this. I think this is my second win with CSRO, so it's been a long time coming again, bro.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. We are working on those stats, so you guys don't have to keep checking your memory box. But yeah, we are working behind the scenes on those stats as best we can. Man, I must say congratulations to you all once more. This is yet another beautiful race to watch at. These cars are proven to be very close running, and trust me, I think we might even stick with them for what is called a Porsche Cup. So, so a lot more fun here coming your way. Thanks a lot. Now I will go and close off the stream here once more. Congratulations to all the winners, and especially there for the top 5 to close off. See you guys soon.
Oh, they're up.